Okay, good morning and welcome to the WSJM Morning Show, the video live stream edition for Tuesday, January 27th. I'm Ken Lundberg, and I have special guests in the studio this morning. For our 7 o'clock hour, we're going to be talking with Chris Britton, who's the executive director of New Heights CCDA, and Stephanie Heinsey, the member of the Women's Service League here in our area. Good morning to both of you, and thanks for making the trek.
Morning.
Oh, I'm sorry, Stephanie. You're gonna have to. Somebody pushed your microphone away. You're gonna have to pull that microphone toward you. Own it like it's yours. There you go. Chris, your old hat to this. How are things?
Things are good. They're cold.
Give us an update. How were where did each of you have to come in from this morning?
Well, I came from Royalton Township, so I came down M139 essentially, and then on to Napier.
Okay. Visibility okay?
For me, visibility was fine. I do I passed by some fields, not a lot of blowing, but I will say the roads were a little slick. Pretty solid sheet of ice.
Yeah, still compact snow and ice out there. How about you, Stephanie?
I'm in St. Joseph Charter Township, Washington Avenue.
Oh, okay.
So just came in Niles.
Not too far.
Napier, not quite as far of a drive. So it wasn't too bad.
Okay, good. Are we ready for the snow to be over, or are we enjoying winter still?
I like snow.
Okay, good.
Yeah, not to hack off the audience, but if it's going to be cold, let's have some snow.
Let's have some snow. It's prettier that way. How about now? Both of you have kids. I heard you talking before we started here. Are they getting stir crazy cabin fever from having this?
Mine are. Yes.
Bouncing off the walls.
Yeah.
What do you do to keep them busy during that period?
Thankfully, 3 of my 4 kids really like being outside. And I know it's been cold, so they bundled up appropriately and they came in to warm up, but they spent a lot of time outside and playing with the neighbor kids. So that was helpful.
Okay. Stephanie, any tips?
So we wanted to do the frozen balloon science experiment yesterday.
What is this frozen balloon?
So you just fill it up with water and take it out and it freezes, and then you can cut the latex balloon and you've got like a ball of ice.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't have any balloons, and I'm a working mom, so I was working from home yesterday because of the snow day. So we did frozen hands with latex gloves. So for the moms at home that you can't find a balloon, get out the dish gloves and
dish gloves.
Yes,
because I was
the latex gloves.
I was going to ask, are you performing OR surgery or something like that?
You're always cleaning and you need to protect your hands.
That makes sense.
So that's what I had. So it turned out really cool. We had frozen ice fingers. Give it a try.
How long did it take to freeze those things?
Not very long.
Really? Were the kids impatient? Did they keep poking them?
Yes. Well, then they froze to the snow. So then you have to put it in. I tried a cup, so put it in a cup. And so you have to kind of science it out a little bit.
My co-host on Mondays and Fridays is Mike Weibel. We were supposed to do the frozen soap bubble thing. We forgot.
Oh.
So anyway, if you're a parent and you're looking for additional things to do, try the soap bubble thing. Just blow bubbles and see how long it takes to freeze and poke them like that. We're going to be talking about New Heights CCDA. I have questions about your 2026 agenda. Yes. I'm sure you've got a big plan. Chris is always very industrious in that area. And Stephanie, we'd love to know more about the Women's Service League. So we'll ask about that. We'll ask about you as well. Okay. Have you been in the studio before?
This is my first time.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. So have you done like radio or TV or anything like that?
Just once, a very long time ago.
Okay.
Yes,
Well, this is painless. It's going to be easy. And Chris asked if we could just do a 4-hour segment.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got kids to get on the bus. So
No. We'll be here on the video live stream all hour long. Again, our guest this morning, Stephanie Heinsey, a member of the Women's Service League, and Chris Britton, Executive Director of New Heights CCDA. The Women's Service League making the announcement you heard here on our newscast last week that New Heights CCDA is going to be the beneficiary of their upcoming event. What is it? A ball? Winter ball? What is it?
It's our annual charity ball.
Charity ball, and New Heights CCDA is going to be the beneficiary. We'll talk about that next hour, or this hour, right here on the WSJM Morning Show. Local news is coming up next.
Lock in the smarter, lighter, faster protection your devices deserve and get WebRoot Essentials today. That's webroot.com/offer for 60% off.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
7:05, it's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, we have special guests in the studio we'll be talking with this hour. Chris Britton, Executive Director of New Heights CCDA, and Stephanie Heights, a member of the Women's Service League. We'll tell you why they're here together. That's coming up in just a few moments here on the WSJM Morning Show. Again, a quick check of the weather. We are under a cold weather advisory. That's in effect until 10 a.m. this morning. What does that mean? It's going to be cold. That's what it means. Winter weather advisory is also in effect for all of Southwest Michigan until 7 o'clock tonight, because we do expect some more lake effect bands to potentially set up and bring another 1 to 3 inches of snowfall into our area. And with the blowing windy conditions and the snowfall, we could have some visibility issues as well. Again, mostly cloudy today. Good chance of snow showers, blowing and drifting snow, a distinct possibility. The high today is going to be up in the mid-teens, mid to upper teens, but with the wind continuing to blow, the wind chills are going to be down to negative territory, which is why we have the cold weather advisory. Tonight's forecast, mostly cloudy, 30% chance of snow, the low overnight around 0, and wind chills at in the negative territory. Wednesday, mostly cloudy, a chance of snow showers, and a high around 12. Some of the news from the WSJM newsroom we're following this morning, in addition to the cold weather. Area State Representative Pauline Wenzel criticizing a lawsuit filed recently against several oil companies, that coming from Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel. Nessel's lawsuit seeks damages from BP, Chevron, ExxonMobil, Shell, and the American Petroleum Institute for what she alleges are Sherman Antitrust Act violations. Wenzel, chair of the House Energy Committee, calls the lawsuit unnecessary and says fossil fuels remain essential.
Look at what we've all been through the last few days. I mean, no newsflash, without natural gas, our entire region would have been in the dark yesterday and for most of this weekend, and the grid would have collapsed. I mean, it's a needed resource, and what she's doing right now is just, I think, very shameful and unnecessary.
Wenzel says House Republicans plan to introduce new energy legislation because Democrat energy policies have hurt affordability and reliability, she says.
We've been working for a couple of years now, and now that I hold the gavel, Republicans hold the gavel, in the House at least, we're looking at fixing some of the mistakes that have been made in the last couple of years as far as energy and energy reliability goes.
Nessel's lawsuit alleges the companies acted together to limit competition from renewable energy. The city of South Haven is holding a job fair soon to fill up 60 seasonal positions ahead of springtime. Human Resources Director Kim Wise says it can be challenging to staff all their openings. That's why they're holding the job fair.
This year, we're looking to fill bridge tenders, so the folks that will raise and lower the Baskerville Bridge. Beach enforcement attendants, they enforce our city ordinances on the beaches. Marina, we're looking for customer service folks to help with scheduling boats in our marinas, dock hands to assist those boaters when they come in.
Positions include parks and cemetery workers along with lifeguards, which is a new role this year.
We're doing a phased approach with this, so we're starting with the South Beach. We're going to be interviewing as many people that will apply, and we're going to kind of take it from there. If we could get 10 this year, I think we'd be very happy with that.
The job fair is set for February 28th, noon to 2 p.m. at South Haven City Hall. People interested in the roles can view them and apply online in advance of the fair. Again, just go to South Haven's government website. And a new initiative aimed at addressing Michigan's teacher shortage is underway. 5 universities, including Michigan State, Eastern, and Western Michigan, are partnering on recruitment, education, and retention efforts. Michigan Educator Workforce Initiative CEO Jack Elsey says the goal is to prepare teachers for long-term success.
The point of this program is to ensure that teachers who go through the traditional education school route through an education preparation provider get the kind of training that they need so that they can be successful on day one. And we think, and research says, that if they are successful in the classroom on day one, they're more likely to stay in the profession, which is good long term.
Nearly 3% of Michigan's full-time teaching positions, they say, were vacant last year. That's a look at some of the news that we're covering from the WSJM newsroom. We have more to talk about. In fact, this hour, we have a couple of special guests in the studio here joining us in the radio studio and on the video live stream. Chris Britton, Executive Director of New Heights CCDA, and Stephanie Heights, a member of the Women's Service League here in Southwest Michigan. Good morning to both of you. Thanks for joining. And here we are on the radio and on the video live stream. In fact, if you want to see on the video live stream, we're at YouTube and Facebook or our WSJM Smart app. But first off, let's talk a little bit about the Women's Service League. I think this is the first time we've had a representative of the Women's Service League in on the WSJM
Historic.
morning show.
Wow.
Yes, a
Oh,
first
geez.
time, an exclusive. But Stephanie Heinze, if you wouldn't mind, just introduce yourself and what the Women's Service League is.
Sure. Yes. So I've been a member of the St. Joe community for the past 10 years. So I'm a financial advisor with Merrill Lynch. And I joined the Women's Service League last year. I was just really inspired by the amazing things that they're doing for the community. So just had to get involved. So I'll share a little bit about the Women's Service League. So the Women's Service League, it's a women-led nonprofit, and it has been active in our community since 1931, which is pretty amazing.
That's great staying power.
So I'm really so honored to be included in this group of women. They are such hardworking, dedicated, passionate women. And our primary focus is supporting women, children, families in the local community where there's a critical need. So each year we partner with a local nonprofit that, has a need for support. And we host an annual charity ball, which will be coming up in February.
Yeah, tickets are on sale now, but you got to get them quick.
Yes. Ticket sales close on February 6th.
Okay.
So our goal is to sell out. So we're hoping to make that happen.
And that annual fundraiser, it means a lot for area nonprofits, including this year's beneficiary. Maybe you want to announce.
Sure. Yes.
Even though we've already talked about it, but you can announce again.
Yeah. So we're really excited to be supporting New Heights CCDA this year. I have a personal connection. I'm a member of First Church. So this really hits home for me. What they're doing is really amazing with the auto ministry, the community food network, and the laundry hub. So what really resonated for me personally is the community food network, which is one of their major initiatives, providing healthy food and cooking classes to families. And there's always a wait list. They can't support the amount of need that there is in our community. So our goal this year is to really support and bring in funding so that those families can be included in that program. In addition to the great things with the auto ministry, creating stable transportation, so people can get to work and support their families, and the laundry hub. It's a safe place for people to congregate and meet basic needs. So it's just really amazing, and we're really honored to help support that mission.
And so the Women's Service League has announced that the beneficiary of your annual fundraiser, the charity ball, will be New Heights CCDA. How can people get tickets to that event, and when is it?
Yes, so it's going to be on Friday, February 27th, and we're going to start off at 6 p.m., cocktail hour, followed by dinner. We're going to have a DJ, dancing, and there's going to be a silent auction well as a balloon pop. And there are prizes that have been provided by local businesses. So some really cool prizes that are in store for everyone.
I love it. How can people get tickets? What's the best way?
The best way is go to Women's Service League SJ.com. So you can buy the tickets online through our website.
Women's Service League SJ.com, and you can buy the tickets right there. But you got to get them before February 6th. That's when online sales close.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So we'll talk about that and more in just a moment. But Chris Britton, let's bring you into the conversation here. For those who don't know what New Heights CCDA is, they must be living under a rock because we do talk about it.
Yes.
But no, give people just a summary. What is New Heights CCDA?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, Stephanie gave the best commercial
Sorry,
ever.
Chris.
I mean, she covered
Steal
all
your thunder.
It's great. And again, Ken, thanks to you and WSJM too, we've gotten a lot of great coverage. But yeah, like you said, if someone hasn't been paying attention, New Heights CCDA is a faith-based nonprofit located here in Southwest Michigan. And our ultimate goal is to help families move from scarcity to stability and on to success. So we're not just an aid organization. Again, that type of work is super important. But we're that next level up of how do we help someone move from needing the aid to removing the barriers that help them to achieve stability, and then beyond stability, move on to success.
Love that. And we're going to be talking about some of the successes that your organization has had in the last year or so.
Yes.
I'm very curious to find out how the Laundry Hub is doing. Drive by it every now and again, and it's like, oh, that is so cool that the community came together and did that, and everything else that you do. So we'll talk about that with Chris Britton, Executive Director of New Heights CCDA, and Stephanie Heinze, a member of the Women's Service League here in Southwest Michigan. That's coming up. We'll continue the conversation right now on the video live stream. Here on the radio, we've got sports.
On the
All right, back on the video live stream. Thank you for those introductions. See, this is easy.
Yeah.
This is good stuff. Stephanie, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
So I grew up in Lakeview, Michigan, which is a very small town up in central Michigan area.
Okay.
So I was in the Army for 5 years.
Okay, what'd you do in the Army? And thank you for your service.
I was in military intelligence.
Oh, cool.
So yeah.
Give us the secrets. No. What did you? I mean, so where did you work? Like, if you can tell us.
All over the United States. So
And could you pull that microphone just a little bit closer? No.
So I actually worked as a Russian translator in the military.
Wow.
So I went to a school out in California. It's called the Defense Language Institute.
Wow.
And learned Russian.
Okay.
And then I was stationed all over the world. I was stationed in Germany. I went to Iraq. So just everywhere for 5 years with the military.
Wow.
And then had a family. And
Russian's a beautiful language, by the way.
It is. It really is. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
So
Because they have more letters than we do.
yeah, it's a different alphabet.
It is.
Yeah, it's a completely different alphabet. There's words or there's letters that don't even have a sound. It just impacts the
next
letter
sound,
in
right?
front of it. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yes. So
That's amazing stuff.
yeah.
How long did it take you to learn Russian?
It is a crash course. You learn it in a year. Yes.
Wow.
It's full immersion into the language. Yes. And all of the teachers are native speakers.
Oh.
Mhm.
Slushie. Poznakomica. All right. What did I just say? In a bad way.
Listen.
And then something else. I don't know. All right. 7:17. It's the WSJM Morning Show. We're going to come right back and continue this conversation with Stephanie Heinze from the Women's Service League and Chris Britton, Executive Director of New Heights CCDA. We only scratched the surface of the origin story, so we're going to come back in just a moment.
Mostly cloudy, windy, and cold today. We'll continue with lake effect snow, 1 to 3 inches of lake effect snow showers across our area, blowing and drifting snow as well. High temperatures only at 15, but wind chills will be below 0 all day. We'll drop to 0 overnight tonight with a light snow tomorrow with a high of only 12. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
We can talk about that on the radio, too. If you're missing any of the video live stream, you're missing a lot already. We started to scratch the surface of one of our guests' background, and fascinating stuff. What we have in common is we both took crash courses in Russian at some point. I did not stick with it. You did.
Yes.
So, but we're talking with Stephanie Heinze, a member of the Women's Service League, and Chris Britton, Executive Director of New Heights CCDA. We were just starting in on Stephanie's origin story. So military, thank you again for your service. After the military, what'd you do?
So I transitioned and I work for Merrill Lynch, which is part of Bank of America, and I'm a financial advisor.
Okay.
Yep.
Excellent. What do you think about the price of gold these days? Gold just crossed $5,000 an ounce. $5,000 an ounce.
Yeah.
Why?
So, well, I can't give it any advice on the radio.
Okay. All right. We'll get the SEC. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. But when did you? So what led you to southwest part of Michigan?
So my family lives here. So
Okay.
yep. So I have my dad and my stepmom live here in St. Joe, and it's just a great place to raise a family. And I really love the school district and the community here. So of all the places I've lived in the world, this is where I chose to stay.
I love that. And so eventually New Heights CCDA got on your radar. How did that happen?
Yes. So a lot of my friends and my neighbors are members, and they invited me to the annual charity ball a few years ago. And I really enjoyed it. I said, how do I get involved? And how do I help? And so I made a decision last year that I wanted to become a member and become more actively involved.
Yeah, and Chris was probably only more than happy to get more help, more hands
Absolutely.
on what's happening here. When Stephanie approached, I mean, what did you have her do?
Yeah, so I mean, we were approached and we were asked to apply. There was an application process that we went through, filled out an application, and then gave a presentation.
And we're talking about the Women's Service League generally.
Yes.
Okay.
To the Women's Service League.
We're a tough crowd.
Yeah.
Got to apply.
Yeah, and again, I love it. I think it's such a great process, and so we were chosen. I got to tell you, Ken, too. It's such a gift. You know, we're a I would say like small to mid-size nonprofit, and for us to be able to put on like an annual charity ball for ourselves would be so resource intensive that for us right now, we would be afraid it would distract from our mission, right? And again, no margin, no mission, right? You have to raise funds so that you can accomplish your mission. But for the Women's Service League to come along and say, hey, we're doing this event. Essentially, all you need to do is show up.
Yeah.
What a gift.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, because you're a nonprofit, you're not focused on putting on charity balls.
No.
You're focused on doing the work that you do.
Yes.
So this was great. How long was the process from application to announcement?
I think it was pretty short.
It was pretty quick.
Okay.
I think that we had the presentation from the different nonprofits, and I think that all the presentations were incredible. I think that just the impact that New Heights is having in the community just really won us over, and I think it was a pretty, no nonsense choice for us. So maybe a week or two. I felt like we very quickly
we found out pretty quick.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
That's excellent. And Women's Service League, now you've been a member for a year now.
Yes.
A little over a year. So, but historically, they have thrown this annual event and supported other nonprofits successfully.
Yes. Yep. Last year we did CASA, and the turnout was amazing. I think last year was our biggest funding, to date. So I hope that this charity ball
we're gonna beat it this year.
Knock it out of the park. Yes, absolutely.
Excellent. And how many people, and where is it held?
So it's going to be at Union and Social, which is downtown St. Joe. It's on 216 Court Street.
It's a beautiful venue.
It is.
If you've not been in there.
Yeah, it's right behind Silver Harbor Brewing Company.
Yeah.
Same people who are doing it. I mean, Silver Harbor is just amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can expect really big things.
And what does the event typically look like? Is there a costume theme this year?
There is. This was very hotly debated. We're going to go with Hollywood Glam.
Hollywood Glam.
Yes.
Okay.
So
why Hollywood Glam?
semi-formal.
And what is Hollywood Glam?
Semi-formal.
I'm glad you asked that. I've been wondering too, but trying to think about like what I need to wear.
It's semi-formal. It's whatever you're comfortable in, whatever you're warm in. But if you want to get a little fancier, that's encouraged. We're going to have a red carpet, the red rope, velvet rope. So
awesome.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to, get tickets for someone special and go out and, give back to the community.
I mean, by then it's going to be late February 27th. So the temperature is going to be at least 10, 20 degrees warmer than it is right now.
Yeah. So 0.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll be up in the zeros. Now we're talking with Stephanie Heights from the Women's Service League and Chris Britton, Executive Director of New Heights CCDA. Other activities at the Women's Service League. So the charity ball that's coming up, this is your big annual fundraiser. It's happening February 27th. And you're encouraged to get tickets by February 6th. That's when the ticket sales stop. That's gives you enough opportunity, I assume, to organize and make sure that you've got everything for everybody. So get the tickets, and you can do that by going to, again, the website.
Women's Service League SJ.com.
Okay, Women's Service League SJ.com, and get the tickets for that Hollywood Glam annual charity ball. It's happening on February 27th. It's going to be at Union and Social, and the beneficiary this year is New Heights CCDA. Other things that the Women's Service League does throughout the year.
Yes. So usually we kick off this season with Operation Coats in October. That is a really amazing program that we provide each year. It's at the Salvation Army in Benton Harbor, and we collect coats during the fall, and families in the community are able to come and shop for a coat. And there's some really beautiful coats that people donate.
Nice.
And that makes sure that, from women, men, children, everyone has a warm coat for the winter.
And you think about days like we've had over the last a couple of weeks, that's a life-saving need.
It really is.
That's
it
amazing.
Really is. Yes.
That's awesome. So Operation Coats is in October.
And
the
then,
annual
in the spring, we do the Athena Scholarship, and we pick 2 seniors from Berrien County, and it's $1,000 scholarship. So high school seniors go and apply on our website, and
What do you look for in those who are applying? What do you look for in the scholarship applications?
Our focus is volunteerism, so it's seniors that have been volunteering in their community really get the priority with that scholarship.
Excellent. Okay. Anything else you want to mention with Women's Service League?
If you're interested in becoming a member, also go to that website, womensserviceleaguesj.com. We'd love to have you as a member.
Do you have to be a woman to be a member?
Yes.
Okay. Makes sense. It's in the name. All right. 726 WSJM Morning Show continues. Stephanie Heinze is here from the Women's Service League, and Chris Britton, Executive Director of New Heights CCDA. So it's 2026. I'm sure you made New Year's resolutions for CCDA. How was 2025 before we talk about this year?
It was just wild in good ways and bad ways for us. There were, especially near the end of the year, there were a lot of governmental changes, challenges that significantly impacted the population we were serving. So that was the downside. The upside of that was when we brought those crises, I guess, to the community responded very strongly.
Can you talk just a little bit about what? So the financial uncertainty, spanning from grants being pulled back from organizations, that trickle down effect, affected organizations like yours.
Absolutely. So you had for us, it really near the end of the year, right? It kicked off with the at the time indefinite pause of SNAP benefits.
Right.
There was just no one really knew what was going to happen or what was going on when they were coming back. And then it migrated in. So that was done at the federal level because you had the federal government shut down. And then you had some changes at the state level where some state money had been clawed back, and a lot of those grants were used for barrier removal, which is the business that we're in. And so that greatly affected ultimately our funding and our ability to serve people. So we went to the community, went to our donor base, and shared about this need. And so again, people responded in a big way. And again, we were able to meet a lot. There were some really exciting things too that happened. That was kind of wow. But in 2025, we started a 4th Community Food Network group. So Community Food Network is now the largest it's ever been.
Okay.
And that program too is structured for a 2-year membership. So our goal, again, is not just perpetual aid, but is actually to move people beyond needing that aid. And
what is if you don't mind, what is the Community Food Network group? How does that work?
Yeah. So it on the surface, it addresses chronic food insecurity, right? So the idea is that somebody joins, they pay dues to be a part of it. So there's dignity, there's skin in the game, there's ownership. And then they get a significant source of food twice a month, but not just any food. Like we really strive towards like staples and healthy nutritional items, with the idea that if we can kind of patch this food security hole, that if you're thinking about where am I going to get my next meal from, you can't really think about the other pending challenges in front of you, right?
Sure.
That's like a base level need. So we're saying like, look, we got you for 2 years. And then also during those 2 years, though, we're going to bring wraparound services to you, to our groups, because again, it's not like a drop-in food program. It's like you come to a meeting, we know where our membership is going to be twice a month. And we have 4 distinct groups. And so we can get to know that group, get to know the people in that group, and then bring wraparound services to them so that with the hopes that in 2 years, they are no longer in need of this type of assistance.
Yeah. And by wraparound services, you mean?
Oh, great question. Michigan Works is a hallmark partner of New Heights. They do a lot of workforce development, resume building, job placement. They can even help people. I've seen them help people like buy steel-toed boots so they can go get that better paying job if they just had a pair of steel-toed boots.
Yeah.
So really workforce development. So getting them to come and integrate into the groups. We're working with Corewell on health, because health is a major barrier towards gainful employment. And so all these different community partners coming together, and we're trying to create like a centralized kind of point of contact so that people aren't having to go every which way. We're trying to make it as easy as possible for them.
Yeah. Okay. Let's pause there. We'll come back and continue the conversation on our video live stream in just a moment. Again, we're talking with Chris Britton, Executive Director of New Heights CCDA, and Stephanie Heinze with the Women's Service League here in Southwest Michigan. And the Women's Service League is putting on their annual fundraiser, their charity ball. It's happening February 27th at Union and Social in St. Joe. Tickets are available now. You have to buy them before February 6th. And all the proceeds, the nonprofit beneficiary this year is New Heights CCDA. So we'll be back in just a moment to tell you more about that and other things. We've got Bloomberg, our financial news is coming up, our world and national news from ABC, our local news preview, state news. It's all coming up on WSJM. Okay, back on the video live stream here. How we doing? Are we good?
Good.
Are we getting it out there?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
so.
All right. More on the origin stories. For those who haven't met Chris Britton, he's full of energy. And
Thanks to a double shot of espresso.
And he's very driven. Chris, for people who haven't had the opportunity, the pleasure of meeting you, give just a background on yourself, please.
Yeah. So my background is I have a degree in secondary math education. My wife and I moved here in 2009. We had gotten married. And
where'd you come from?
I'm originally from the Muskegon area.
Okay.
And my wife is from outside Flint.
Okay.
And so she got recruited to work at the Cook Nuclear Plant.
Okay.
So that's what brought us to Southwest Michigan. And through that, we got really involved with First Church and ultimately into missions work. We quit our jobs and did a year-long missions trip that took us to 11 countries in 11 months.
Yeah, that's right.
So kind of like Stephanie too. And I since have been,
Transplants.
yeah, I've been to 35 countries in total. And my wife and I too decided that we wanted to come back and make Southwest Michigan home.
Yeah.
So we have 4 amazing, energetic, feral children who have been just kind of loving these snow days. And so, I got involved, and then ultimately through my work at First Church, helped the church start and launch a separate nonprofit, which is what we're talking about today, New Heights CCDA.
Yeah. When was New Heights CCDA established?
We were formally established in 2017.
Okay.
It's crazy to think that, it feels like yesterday that we went through all that process and how far we've come in such a short period of time.
And it started off with the auto service, right?
Yeah, actually, at the time, it was called the First Church Cars Ministry and the First Church Friends and Neighbor Network, which is the community food network now. So we started New Heights, and we took those 2 programs and we made them programs of New Heights.
Okay. All right. And now let's see if I do the math right. You are 9 years strong, coming up on 9 years.
Yes.
When's your formal anniversary? You're going to celebrate a 10-year.
Yeah, we're in it. This is
the 10th year?
No, our
the
10th year. Yeah, 9th year, but it's January. We were founded in January, I believe.
Happy
January
9th.
17th, I believe.
Very nice. Okay. How long have you been involved, Stephanie, with New Heights CCDA?
Well, I'm a member of First Church, so
Okay.
I think I've known about it since it first started. Since I've been a member of it for the
From the
last 10
beginning.
years. Yeah. So I've been hearing about it all along, and I'm really glad that I get to be more of an active part in supporting it.
Absolutely. Well, we're glad that community groups like yours exist to help people at the edges and the safety nets. How is the laundry? That's the newest piece, right?
That's correct.
Tell people what the laundry center is, the laundry hub.
Yeah. So we have for us, it's really it looks like it's laundry up front, but it's a community resource center. It's located on the corner of Red Arrow and Euclid out in Benton Heights. So just past the Benton Harbor Airport. Yep. Out there, and half the facility is a dedicated laundromat. And again, that's the most visible part of what we do.
That's what I see when I go by.
Exactly. Exactly. And then the other half is community space. And so we work with community partners to deliver and bring wraparound services to that space. For instance, Michigan Works has been offering English as second language courses out there. We have a woman-started ministry called So Blessed, which is really it's practical. It's teaching sewing tips, but it's just community building. It's a place, like Stephanie said so well, like a safe place where people can gather, be known, get connected. So the Laundry Hub really creates that infrastructure for us to do that type of work. what we call our community development work out in Benton Heights.
Since you launched it, has it been the vision that you thought it was going to be?
Absolutely. That and then some. Yeah. We're in talks right now too with another woman. She's a doctor. She's starting a free medical clinic. She wants to pilot it out of the laundry hub.
Wow.
And again, none of these conversations would have been possible without that facility.
Yeah. Wow, that's exciting. We're talking with Chris Britton, Executive Director of New Heights CCDA, and Stephanie Heinsey, a member of the Women's Service League here in Southwest Michigan. We're going to continue this discussion in just a couple of moments. We've got to go away for the Bloomberg Report, our financial news. We'll get that and a preview of what's coming up in our local news after an update from ABC. This is the WSJM Morning Show.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. General Motors expects profits to grow as much as $2 billion this year. The financial outlook rests on the car maker selling more of its largest trucks and SUVs and fewer electric vehicles. Profits at legacy automakers are getting a boost with the Trump administration allowing them to sell more gas guzzlers without paying fines or having to buy EV regulatory credits from the likes of Tesla. Turning to trading, tech shares are taking charge this morning, sending S&P and NASDAQ futures higher. Stocks are rebounding from last week's volatility driven by the fight for Greenland. And the maker of Huggies diapers and Scott paper towels is capturing more customers by cutting back on prices. Consumer goods giant Kimberly-Clark reported quarterly profit that topped Wall Street expectations. The company is aiming for faster growth with its proposed $40 billion acquisition of Tylenol maker Kenvue, which would give it access to brands such as Listerine. Courtney Donahoe, Bloomberg Radio.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
7:36 is the time. It's Tuesday, January 27th. Temperature out in St. Joseph right now. We're at 18 degrees, but the feels like temperature, that tells the story. It's -3 as far as what it feels like outside. Benton Harbor, 18 degrees. South Haven, it's 20 degrees. Dowagiac, 12. New Buffalo, 16 degrees. In Niles right now, it's 14 degrees. In Niles, it feels like it's -2. Our special guests in the WSJM studio this morning, we're talking with Chris Britton, the Executive Director of New Heights CCDA, and Stephanie Heinsey from the Women's Service League here in Southwest Michigan. And New Heights CCDA is the beneficiary of the Women's Service League annual charity ball. They were chosen as this year's beneficiary of that fundraising event, that annual fundraising event. To remind people, if you're just tuning in, what is the fundraising event? When is it? What is it? Why should people want to come? Tell us more.
Yes, thank you. So it's going to be Friday, February 27th at Union and Social, which is located at 216 Court Street in St. Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Right next to Silver Harbor. Around the backside.
Yep.
It starts off at 6 o'clock. We're going to have a cocktail hour, and then dinner is going to start at 7. It's going to be family style dinner, short ribs and salmon.
Oh.
And we'll have a bar available. There's going to be a DJ, so some dancing after dinner, and this is always very popular, the balloon pop.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have some prizes.
Let's talk about the balloon pop. How does yours work?
So our balloon pop, you can buy your tickets. When you're buying your tickets, you can actually buy your balloon pop ticket. And I would suggest that you do that because last year they sold out.
Oh.
And I didn't get a balloon pop. And I was very disappointed because there was a prize that I really wanted.
Oh, man.
So I would say when you're buying your tickets, just get your balloon pop ticket.
Okay, so you get a ticket, and then what? You get a big long needle. You get to pop some balloons.
Yeah,
How does that work?
an actual balloon, and you're going to pop it, and then that's when you find out what your prize is.
Oh, what prize did you want?
I like bourbon, and there was a very nice bottle of bourbon that I really wanted.
Oh, how in the world did he get the bourbon inside of the balloon?
Well, no, it's just a card inside.
Just
the balloon.
kidding. I asked silly questions. All right, and so the after the balloon pop, what else?
So there's
the
also
silent auction, right?
Silent auction.
Okay.
So we're going to have a table with a lot of different items to be auctioned off. All generously donated by local businesses. So
very
we've got
nice.
Some very exciting surprises in store.
Very good
for our guests. So
I'm thinking we need something from WSJM, maybe like a signed Ken
Ooh.
Lundberg photo.
You want to raise money, Chris. The idea is to raise money, but yeah, more than happy to help in any way we can. Absolutely. 7:39. It's the WSJM Morning Show. How can people get tickets to this event?
yes. So please go to Women's Service League SJ.com.
Okay, and there you'll get all the instructions on how to buy the tickets.
Yes.
And again, the theme this year, you've got that Hollywood glam outfit sitting in the closet that you haven't known where to wear it. This is where to wear it.
This is
Your
the
Hollywood-
event to wear it. Yes.
Hollywood glam. I love that theme.
Mm-hmm.
Who chose the theme, and why was it hotly debated?
Yes. So it was the charity committee, and so traditionally we've done the charity ball in March, and last year it coincided with so usually it's like Kentucky Derby type theme.
Yeah.
And last year it coincided with some other local events, and we're like, okay, we need to move this up so that we
Makes
don't
sense.
have those time conflicts.
Yeah.
So like my daughter does Girls on the Run, and of course the
Oh.
Girls on the Run event was the same day, so that was
That's a lot.
stressful.
Yeah.
So we're trying to like deconflict with schedules. So usually end of February, there's not a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
for
We all
folks.
could use something fun to do. Too,
Absolutely.
Near the end of February, something to look
Exactly.
forward to.
So yeah, so Hollywood glam, that's semi-formal, whatever folks want to wear, kind of get dressed up,
Yeah.
blitzed up a little bit. So great opportunity for women that want to do sort of like a Galentine's thing. You can reserve a whole table if you'd like.
Oh, okay.
And so yeah, so that's available too.
You know, one question I've gotten too, as I've been sharing this throughout my network, is like, well, can men come too?
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
So just
Couples-
Yeah, it's date night.
yeah,
Yeah.
date night. Yep. Absolutely.
Want to get a men's table?
Yeah.
There'll be a Sadie Hawkins formal at the end of
There
it.
we go.
So, all right. We've got 7:41 on the clock. We've got to get more news in here in just a moment, but we're going to continue talking with the Women's Service League, Stephanie Heinsey, and Chris Britton, the Executive Director of New Heights CCDA. It's the WSJM Morning Show, national and international news update now.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Still over 500,000 power outages after monster winter storm, and much of the country dealing with icy temperatures as well.
Ice taking down huge trees across the South. Mississippi's governor now deploying 500 National Guardsmen.
It is possible that those numbers will go up.
In Oxford, utility crews were pulled back and a shelter in place was ordered over fears of falling trees. Tennessee also activating the National Guard and opening warming centers amid concerns about vulnerable people, including those who need portable oxygen tanks to breathe but have no electricity.
ABC's Lana Moise, the death toll now at least 30 people in that storm. Border czar Tom Holman expected to meet with the mayor of Minneapolis today as he takes over ICE operations there. Days after Sinners set the record for Oscar nominations, the BAFTA nominations are out this morning, one battle after another, leading with 14, followed by Sinners and Hamnet. This is ABC News.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
7:43 is the time. It's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. Some of the news coming up just after 8 o'clock today. A winter weather advisory remains in effect for our area until 7 this evening. Lake effect snow, blowing and drifting snow is expected. Accumulations of 1 to 3 inches in the heavier lake effect snow band. So do be prepared for that. Visibility could drop to a quarter mile or less, especially in open and rural areas. The advisory covers Cass, Berrien, and St. Joseph counties in Michigan. Drivers expect slippery roads and reduced visibility, which could impact both our morning commute and the evening commute tonight. Again, you're urged to slow down and use caution and patience. Other news that we're following, we checked in with the road crews in Berrien County. They're working to keep the roads passable. They say some of the big obstacles they're facing, more snow and blowing and drifting snow. So we'll talk a little bit about that with the director there. And starting next week, City of St. Joseph hosting public information sessions on its downtown paid parking program for 2026. They say it's coming back. They'll tell you a little bit more and get your opinion as well. So we'll talk about that and more. It's all coming up just after 8 o'clock. Right here on the WSJM Morning Show. It's 7:44. We'll continue our conversation with our special guests here on the video live stream. We're talking with New Heights CCDA Executive Director Chris Britton and Women's Service League member Stephanie Heinsey on WSJM.
The Michigan News Network.
Okay, back on the video live stream. Cars. So New Heights CCDA. One of the things you've been known for since your establishment is auto repair.
Yeah, what's going on? It's an incredibly physical aspect of what we do. New Heights Auto is located right there on M139, where M139 and Scottdale split.
Yeah. Right next to Mark III.
Yeah, right next to the Mark III, absolutely.
Okay.
Or Mr. Goodies, a favorite lunch spot. Love
Yeah?
Mr. Goodies. Yes.
Okay.
And so New Heights Auto is really it's truly a social enterprise. So there's a retail aspect to it. So anyone in the community, regardless of household income, can have their vehicle repaired there at market rate. And then the profits derived from that work, instead of benefiting some investor somewhere, are used directly to help us subsidize the ministry work, which is our why. That's why we exist.
Yeah.
To help people in need. And in 2025, this is really cool. We provided 578 labor hours to qualified individuals who needed transportation for the purposes of gaining or maintaining employment.
So explore that statistic.
Yeah.
578 labor hours. What does that mean?
Yeah. So in this line of work, right, whenever you go to the auto shop, they tell you, here's your labor rate, or here's how many hours replacing this pump is going to be.
It's not just the parts, it's the labor.
It's the labor.
And here's what it costs.
Yeah, which is sometimes some of the most expensive aspect of it, or time intensive. And so again, that just kind of gives like a quantity of volume. And really what that translates to is 173 repairs.
Okay.
Which, if you do the math, those are some pretty significant repairs that we were doing for folks. Like we were doing transmission replacements.
Oh, wow.
Just imagine, like, we all know what a transmission replacement costs the three of us.
Yes.
Right. And how much of a barrier that can be. That really brings a car back from being undrivable, unusable. We're not just talking about unsafe. We're talking about like dead. Right. So we really are breathing new life into these vehicles for these clients at a significantly subsidized rate. So we've had tremendous impact through that ministry to help people gain or maintain employment.
And then you also, in addition to the auto repair, I think, Stephanie, you mentioned that that you have a retail operation as well.
Yeah. So we have a retail operation. So anyone can, if you're looking for an automotive repair, and you would be going to someplace like Midas, instead you can come to us. We'll charge a competitive rate. We'll do the work fairly, honestly, with integrity. We have 3 fully certified technicians who have years of experience in the field, and they'll repair your car. And when you do, like, come on, like, no one likes getting their car repaired, right? It is not fun. I'd rather set money on fire.
I love sending my car to the spa. No,
yeah,
I'm kidding.
right. And it's just not a fun thing, right? Because you're like, my car was still my car, and it's still my car, but it's a necessary evil, right? But when you have your car repaired at New Heights Auto Services, the retail side, you're helping that hardworking single mother get a significantly subsidized brake job so that she can get her kids to and from school safely, so she can continue to get to work. Or we're putting a new engine in her car, or putting a new transmission in her car because you chose to have your vehicle serviced at New Heights Auto Service.
Do you handle car donations at all? Does anyone donate?
We do.
How does that work?
That's another huge lever we can pull in terms of helping people, is helping someone go from not having a car to having a car. So we take any and all conditions of vehicles donated to us. Depending on your tax situation, you can even write it off on your taxes. It can be a pretty good write-off too. Again, we're not in the tax field, but being around this enough to know that it can be very beneficial to some folks. And so you just reach out to us. We'll send you a donation form. You fill it out. We give you instructions about how to turn the title over to us. And then our goal is always to see if we can rehab the car and breathe new life into it. And we've got some pretty skilled techs, and we've taken some cars and put new engines in them where they're going to be, that car is going to be as good as gold by the time we're done with it. But it didn't make sense for the person who donated the car to put the new engine in it.
Yeah, good. We're talking with Chris Britton, Executive Director of New Heights CCDA, and Stephanie Heinze, a member of the Women's Service League. Again, the Women's Service League has the annual fundraiser, their charity ball. It's coming up on February 27th. It's going to be at Union and Social. And the theme this year, Hollywood Glam. What are you going to dress up as?
So I just have a formal dress, some heels, some earrings.
Yeah.
And
I mean, who's your inspiration though?
Oh gosh.
Zendaya?
I could only dream.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to think who else. I think about, I mean, I know she's not Hollywood, but she's kind of Hollywood. Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah.
She's always
true.
Hollywood glam.
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like
Hollywood glam.
she
Yep.
exudes that vibe. Who else? Yeah. All right.
Well,
Other
we
Hollywood
need to ask
people.
Ken, who's his Hollywood inspiration?
Yeah, whatever you feel like you can walk the red carpet and
Rugged.
Rugged.
Ron
Swanson.
Yeah, Ron Swanson. Exactly. I can carve this wood into a dinette. Okay.
Or Nick Offerman. That's the actual actor.
The actor.
Nick Offerman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec.
Yes.
One of my favorites. 7:50 is the WSJM morning show. We're going to come back in a moment. Moody on the market. Who are you going to dress up as?
Me.
Yeah, you.
Me. I'm going to dress up
Oh,
as
you're
me.
Hollywood glam?
Absolutely.
Every day.
Every day. I mean, look at me. Yeah. No, I'm going with the classic black suit, black tie, white shirt.
Black suit, black tie, white shirt. Okay. That works.
Yeah.
Oh.
Simple.
Yeah, very simple. No, just kidding.
Hey, that's how I am.
What about your wife? What's your wife gonna wear?
Oh, my wife was actually really excited. She actually had to take a work trip to Washington, D.C. And so she did some shopping while she was there. And so she found like a really cool kind of flowing, flowery dress.
Okay, very nice.
So yeah, looks great.
A work trip to Washington, D.C.
Yeah, so she's in regulatory affairs at Cook.
Hold one moment. We'll be right back. It's the WSJM morning show.
High temperatures only at 15, but wind chills will be below 0 all day. We'll drop to 0 overnight tonight with a light snow and light snow tomorrow with a high of only 12. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The morning show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
WSJM morning show continues. It's 7:51, just 9 minutes away from 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, we'll bring you the latest world and national news from ABC. Then we'll follow that up with our local news from the WSJM newsroom. Right now, we have our special guests in studio, and we'll make this part of our Moody on the Market update. Our Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today. They are your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. And our guests this hour have been Stephanie Heinze with the Women's Service League in St. Joseph and Chris Britton, Executive Director for New Heights CCDA. Again, the Women's Service League has their big annual charity ball. It's coming up on February 27th. It's going to be at Union and Social. And Stephanie, remind us how we can get tickets. And we have to get our tickets by February 6th.
Correct. Yes, that is the very last day to buy tickets. I would say sooner the better because we may possibly sell out. And that's actually kind of our hope is to be at full capacity. To buy tickets, please go to Women's Service League, SJ.com. Right at the top of the website says purchase tickets.
Purchase the ticket. How much are tickets?
$120.
Okay.
And then we've got additional tickets for the balloon pop. And then you can also buy roses that'll be on the centerpieces on the table.
Okay.
You can reserve those ahead of time when you buy your tickets. There's also tickets for premium cocktails or wine, beer, cocktail tickets. So you can just get all your tickets at one time.
Very good. And then also at the event, there will be a silent auction with a lot of goods donated by local area businesses.
Yes.
Outstanding. So tickets, you have to get your tickets on or before February 6th. So get them now before they sell out. The event is February 27th. It's going to be at Union and Social in downtown St. Joe. And you're not going to want to miss the theme because Chris has already told us he's going to dress up as Adam Sandler because it's Hollywood glam.
That's true. My baggy shorts and Hawaiian shirt, right?
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. Oh, that's perfect.
Executive Director for New Heights CCDA, Chris Britton, a good friend of the WSJM studios. Tell us, Chris, how is this money, the benefits from this great fundraiser?
Absolutely.
How are these going to be used at New Heights CCDA?
Well, and the first thing I want to call out is what is so cool about this is it isn't like this Women's Service League is taking a cut of this. They're covering their costs and then everything, and they've done a great job of managing those expenses, working with different vendors to try to drive down costs to make it as affordable as possible. So the net proceeds are going to all go to New Heights. So really, I mean, think of this as like date night with a purpose, right? Which is really cool. And so, the proceeds are going to, it's just unbelievable to think, again, the gift that this is to us and what we'll be able to do with it. It's going to provide sustainable funding for us that we can invest in that next single mother who needs help with her transmission at the auto ministry. It's going to allow us to continue to provide a sustainable, reliable source of food and wraparound services to Community Food Network. It's going to support just the general community development work we're doing out in Benton Heights through the Laundry Hub, working with partners, bringing people in to, it must be time to get the kids on the bus.
It is.
That's all of our alarms going off. You can tell we're parents.
That's so funny.
So
we've got about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, 2 minutes and we'll get you out.
We're good.
All right, Britton kids, you need to be heading out to the bus right now if you're listening.
Sophia.
Don't forget your laptop.
The time is now.
That's right. So, it's really, I mean, funding is not the fun, sexy thing behind nonprofit work, right? But it takes resources to make this work happen. And again, of course, we try to do everything we can to do as much as we can with little. But again, it especially in the line of work we're in, it's a little bit resource intensive. But I would say that the impact outweighs the resource need that we can do.
Okay, well stated. We are talking with Chris Britton from New Heights CCDA and Stephanie Heinze from Women's Service League. Again, that event is coming up on February 27th. It's going to be at Union and Social in St. Joe. The theme is Hollywood Glam, fun date night, fun way to support local community organizations that are stemming from New Heights CCDA. You get tickets by going to womensserviceleaguesj.com.
Correct.
And all the ticket purchases right there on the front page.
Yes, exactly. Yep. You can buy all your tickets for, if you want to have extra cocktails, get the balloon pop ticket because those do sell out.
Yeah.
And also the roses, which will be the centerpieces.
More coming up on this in just a moment, and we'll conclude the conversation because we got to get the kids on to the school buses and everything else. All right. We'll be right back. It's WSJM 756.
Insurance Management Service.
Okay. Still on the video live stream. When you're Stephanie, when you're not do-gooding through this organization or making big financial decisions, what do you do?
Helping people make big financial
Yes,
decisions
helping
because we
people.
partner together with our clients, and it's a really amazing job to help people, through those, major life decisions like retirement. So I'm really honored that I get to help people with that. So, besides that, I'm a mom. I have 2 kids. I have a senior in high school, Danny. Hopefully you made it to class on time. And I have Sophia, who's a 5th grader at Brown. So
very nice.
They are my whole life. And then I have a boyfriend, Bryant, who has been in my life for the past 4 years. And
very nice.
I love him very much. So, and soon to be adding to our family with a little puppy.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yes.
That's exciting. What kind of puppy?
Cavapoo. So it's
What is a Cavapoo?
Yeah.
Good question. So it's a designer dog. It's a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel mixed with a poodle.
Oh.
Okay. Now, will that be, poodles can be big. It's a
miniature. So it's
a miniature.
Smaller. Okay. Yeah. So it's a smaller poodle. They're supposed to be semi-hypoallergenic.
Oh, nice.
They look like little teddy bears.
Oh.
So he was just born in January. We get to go visit him in February and then take him home in March.
That's really exciting.
Yes.
Oh.
So.
Have you had dogs before?
I did. I had 2 dogs. Yes, and they both passed away of old age. So we've kind of grieved them. It's been a few years now. We're ready to take the plunge again into dog ownership.
Yeah,
so.
we just Stephanie and I, my wife, one just passed away. Our friend Russell just last year, but he was hypoallergenic.
Okay.
And they make such a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. I really like it.
Yes. Was he a big dog?
Portuguese water dog, about 55 pounds.
Yeah, those are cool dogs.
Yeah. So and he was like very hyper most of the time, very needy all the time. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. All right. Well, we've got a minute left to wrap this conversation up. I'm going to make sure that we hit this on time. So I'll give you like an elevator pitch opportunity in 30 seconds or less. So hang on. We'll be right back. It's WSJM.
MFM Benton Harbor St. Joseph, a product of Midwest Family Marketing and Media. Proudly serving our community. The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
No pressure at all, Chris Britton and Stephanie Heinze, New Heights CCDA and Women's Service League, respectively there. 10 seconds or less. Tell us again, what should people do right now? Go to the website.
Go to the website, Women's Service League SJ.com. Buy your tickets now. We are going to sell this out and bring in the most money that we ever have.
And it's going to be a ton of fun. It's going to be a really fun event.
Excellent. And the event is on February 27th. It's the annual charity ball put on by the Women's Service League, this year benefiting New Heights CCDA. Thank you both for coming in and sharing the information.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
Have a great day. It's 8 o'clock.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. New leadership on the way to Minneapolis.